Welcome back, Rico Money Bags, the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification is lit. If you guys are watching over on Punk Fun, welcome in. If you guys are watching over on X, welcome in on YouTube, all the social media accounts, the clips that we make later on and post on TikTok. Welcome in, everybody. We got a nice market pump. It's looking really good. Are we so back? I'm not too sure, but things are actually looking extremely well. And like I said for a while, it's kind of nice to be on this side of the things that are going on in the market right now. We got the overall crypto market at 2.61. It might even be higher. Let's refresh this. This thing has just been looking really good. We're going to go over the prices. Check out your 2.63. Like I said, it might have even gone higher because the markets are just really on a streak right now. Things are looking really good. And we're going to dive into that. But we got Bitcoin at 79,000, or it did hit 79,000, but now it's at 78,900, up 5.4% of the week. We got Ethereum 2,400 and some change. It went over a few times, up 1.2%, but looking really good above 2,400. XRP still at that 140 mark, dollar 40 cents. BNB looking really good, 642, looking really nice. Solana still hasn't had that pump. I think Solana gets that pump when we break over that, $90 price zone for Solana, because that's where we got rejected twice. But we'll jump right into the prices. We'll jump into your guys' favorite plays. We do got Bitcoin still confirmed this break over 200 moving average on the 4 mean, this is what we've been watching. We've been tracking this. I know it's been kind of redundant for a while because we had all this going on forever, nonstop consolidation, a false little breakout right here that got rejected. We came right back down into the same kind of areas that we've been in. But now this has just been looking really nice. This has been looking extremely nice, breaking past all of this and just making new highs, new highs, new highs. And Bitcoin's done that again today with $79,444, looking really nice. So you guys might hear, I don't know. I'm a little bit sick because I slept with the window open last night. I had a chicken noodle soup to try to fix myself before the stream. So you guys might be able to notice. I don't know. You guys be on point with stuff, but we got Bitcoin looking really good. Like I said, 79,000 and a half, really going up to 80K. 80K is going to be bringing some new sensation to the overall market. And I think we can kind of feel it. We've been talking about that we can feel it lately, that we've been feeling that the market's just been back. The spaces have been excited. You got Bitcoin conference. You got a lot of cool things. The spaces have been lit. You got a lot of excitement, and for good reason because it's been looking really nice. So 78,000. We were just happy when we were at 74,000. Now Bitcoin's over 79,000 on the all time for the day. Looking extremely healthy. Come over to the daily chart. Boy, are we feeling that gap. Man, are we feeling that gap right there on BTC right now. We are 100% feeling this gap. This is where everything comes to life though, right here, honestly. I don't care what nobody says. This thing breaks above this 200 moving average, starts to come up to this upper valley range, $91,000 BTC. We're going to be feeling really good. A lot of things that you should probably be looking at right now, your favorite place to DCA in, whether it's XPX, where it's LOL on the dip, where there's Asteroid. If you're looking for meme coins, you got Teary not crying in the casino. You got BTC and Solana. I think we're going to see some really nice moves in the market, especially if BTC on this daily chart can just go ahead and flip this thing green and break above that 200 moving average. This is kind of what we've been waiting for. It's been extremely, not that exciting with, even on the daily chart. This is what we had going on forever. So of course we're excited now that we broke above this. We're heading in the right direction and we're totally filling this gap. So gap is being filled. We're just gonna be looking for this thing to break over this 200 moving average on the daily chart. This is right around the 82 mark, so 81,000, which was not too far away. And when you're talking about Bitcoin, but up here in the zone, this 82,000, 81,000, getting in that zone will be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. If you're bullish on ETH, if you're bullish on Solana, if you're bullish on BNB, these are all bullish things because we are filling this gap and we all feel it in the market. Some people want to be bitter, some people want to be down and out. Some people don't want to see, the market's excited, but right now the markets are excited. I'm with that. Sometimes, what? It's been pretty not that great for quite a while. So now things are turning around. Maybe it's time for this thing to break out, right? And we're going to be tracking this price. 4 hour chart still looking really nice. Could there be some corrections? 100%. There could be, more corrections like we saw. We saw a correction when it went up here. First mouse, we went up. We had a nice little correction right here, some red. But these are just red candles in an uptrend right now because Bitcoin is still moving really strong. Could it come back down to 76,000? Come back down to this point, 75,000 where we were waiting to break out? 100%. But, this thing could still move in a positive direction, especially if it breaks this daily 200 moving average, the biggest bearable indicator. So BTC looking good. It breaks that 200 moving average. We're going to be screaming Bitcoin to 91,000 next. Okay. So it could be where we start, saying Bitcoin to 100K. Because we get into 91,000, everybody's going to say that Bitcoin's hunting, 100K all over again. Here goes your ETH chart doing something very similar. Like I said, it can get redundant at times, but these are the moments that you're tracking price. Why, instead of getting distracted, you're just keeping track of what's actually going on because you get opportunities like this in the market. You get opportunities where even ETH is looking really good and trading in the right direction. Again, filling this gap on the daily chart, headed towards breaking the 200 moving average. If it breaks past this 2,500, $2,600 ETH, that's going to be extremely bullish for those who are buying Asteroid, those who are bullish on ETH plays. This is looking really good. And on the 4 hour chart, we see where all this started. It started down here, down at a $2,000 ETH, or yeah, $2,000 ETH when it broke past the 200 moving average. Now getting on that positive side of the 200, and things have been bullish ever since. So ETH is looking good. If we can break this 200 moving average, we got the upper valley range of ETH at 3,300, which is $1,000 from where we're at right now, 1,100 give or take, which would be very exciting for everybody who's buying your favorite ETH plays. Those who are loading up on Ethereum for your favorite ETH project before it pumps harder, because the markets are about to carry a lot of plays right now that people have been sleeping on. Just watch how this is going to happen. And those who are paying attention to the market right now, that instead of being bummed out all the time, you can actually find that this market has been making higher lows and is headed in the right direction. Now, is it nailed and it's concrete? No, no, because the daily chart, the higher time frames still need to print some buy signals and break above the 200 moving average. But it's definitely looking a lot better. Here goes your XRP. Like I said, my bad if I sound a little sick. I was feeling kind of good, and you sleep with the window open, and then it gets super cold at night. You just sleep right through, and then you're like, "Oh, great. Well, what is this that I'm waking up with?" Chicken noodle soup, Chick-fil-A chicken noodle soup, right? Oh, it's Chick-fil-A for that. We got XRP right here, 4 hour chart breaking the 200. This is where it started. Yes, there's false breakouts, but this is what was going on for a long time underneath this 200 moving average. So this could be the moment that those XRP people have been waiting for, that XRP can be flying back up. What? We'll go to the daily chart, and it start going towards this, filling this gap. XRP on the daily chart can break past the 200. We're going to have some positive price action. That's above. What's up, baby? That's going to be going above, 178, 180 to then say, hey, now we're going up to 224. We're going up to 230 on XRP. And if you look at the daily chart, it's been pretty clear. Obviously October 10th, we got that straight line going down. But when the markets recovered, this is what happened the whole time on the daily chart. So, a lot of times people are on the shorter time frames are saying the floor was in, the floor was in, the floor was in. But that's why we just stood locked in. Honestly, we stood focused on building, networking, expanding to Solana, which is going to get us more exposure when the markets pick up, because the market has just been doing this. Everybody thinks they got the magic bullet or whatever it is. You have to wait for sometimes the market to be on your side as well. So, on the daily for XRP, your XRP ledger people, there's still some work that has to be done as far as breaking past this, 200 moving average on the daily chart and saying, hey, now we're going to 200 or $2.24. And, fill this gap, get above here, some motion like that. That's what we really want to see. The markets are looking like it wants to produce that. Like, let's be honest, man. Some more ceasefire, a little bit more calm, a little bit more this, a little bit more that. The markets are looking really good. Here we go with BNB possibly being ready to, flip something green right here. Let's go to the 4 hour chart first. You guys can see where this action kind of started right here. This break above this, this red line right here that I'm drawing on to yellow, this 200 moving average. It can continue right here, and we keep going, maybe marching up this 200 moving average. Where on the daily chart, that's where we start going and start printing those buy signals, right? And that's where we start going to the lower valley range. That's where we start attacking the daily chart on BNB because if you look at the daily chart on BNB, this is what's been going on for quite a while, right? So we know that this is what's been going on for a while, but now the markets are heating up. Things are looking a lot better. And this is where you have to start to say, hey, are we getting ready to at least fill a gap to, $815 on BNB? Are we at least going to break, start marching up this thing and break past this 200 more? Is that something that's going to play out? Because, it could be where your trade can turn into a runner right now as far as along. Now, granted, things can always change. There could be, the news changes and everything. The wind starts to blow east instead of west, and instead of west, it goes south, and instead of south, it goes north. And now everybody feels different when the technology has never really changed. And that's what I want people to pay attention to. Why during the downtime you're supposed to stay focused on building collaboration, networking, engagement with your community, because that's what smart money is doing. Smart money is building nonstop. They're building infrastructure around this while everybody's complaining about price, while everybody's complaining about not being able to 2x, 3x, or 4x. The players that be are looking, 10 years down the road. Next thing you know, the world that you're living in is built around the thing that you're gambling in, right? So, you can build the casino and reap some of the benefits of it, or you can just be somebody pulling the lever nonstop, right? So it's really up to you. And you know what? We all pull the lever from time to time, all of us. I mean, we all pull the lever. Everybody experiments. But I want you guys to understand that sometimes you got to wait for this market to really work itself out so that you can be, being part of this right now. And we're seeing a lot of nice price action on BNB. We're seeing people on the BNB XPX snatching up that supply as well, creating a nice little floor. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked when the markets are roaring again and we start creeping right back up. And people see now that we got exposure to two chains, they'll really be able to connect the dots and read in between the lines of what's really going on here. But you got your pessimistic people in the world. You got people who, are rooting for you to fail. You got people who don't want you to win because, that's what they project. They got their own insecurities. But this market is, you got to push all that to the side and really get into it because this thing's going to roar all over again. And you're not going to want to miss out on it. It's definitely going to roar all over again. So, Bitcoin's going to $1 million or it's going to zero, and it's definitely not going to zero. So BNB looking really good. If we can get over this 200 average, at the very least, the lower valley range is $820. So keep that in mind. Let's go to Solana next, which Solana has been kind of lagging behind, in all honesty, when it comes to the rest of the market, the way it's been moving, and it really comes down to this trying to break $90 two times and failing. So, you know, it's trying to catch up with the rest of the market. This is one that you just want to have because it does move fast once it starts moving. I remember when it was underneath 100, then the next week it was 130, then the next thing you know it was 180, next thing you know it was 250, and it didn't stop, right? So this could be one of those instances where, you're going to hear people talking about, man, I got Solana when it was on the dip at, 80 something dollars before it went to go attack all time highs, or before, it went to go towards, a little over, yeah, close to $300, 290 something. So, keeping an eye on Solana for sure. Especially now being on the Soul Chain, it's nice to have some exposure to that. It's nice to have some exposure to the Soul Chain, and also some exposure to the native coin being able to very easily 2, 3x with the markets roaring. Like, loading up on your Soul, loading up on your favorite Solana plays, whether it's Teary, whether it's, LOL, whatever meme coin it might be, you might want to have that ammunition for those plays if they start turning into runners now, right? Because Solana is definitely in the range where it could 2x very easily. It could 3x even better if the markets are roaring behind it as well, right? So keep that in mind. Solana, still kind of trailing behind the rest of the movement of the market, but we might look up and now it's at 120, 140, right? So keep that in mind when these markets are picking up and you're seeing, BTC, Bitcoin, the rising tide that raises all the ships. This one might be lagging a little bit behind, but it will catch up to it. It will catch up to the momentum of the market. And that's just how Solana rocks. And if we really get over this $3 trillion overall crypto market cap, that's going to be really, really, really nice. So keep that in mind that the markets are a lot better. And I told you guys, the minute it got over 2.50, it changed, right? That round number. So that next round number is our target, that the three. It goes, two, 2.5, three, 3.5, four, 4.5, 100, 150, 200, $1 million market cap, $1.5 million market cap, $2 million market cap. You add a zero to it, $10 million market cap, $15 million market cap. It's the same thing of round numbers. They always like almost hold this up, or when we break past them, you see like a lot of momentum behind that, right? So the overall crypto market cap breaking that 3 trillion next would be extremely, extremely bullish, fam. It would 100% be extremely bullish, right? So keep an eye on it. Don't fade the market right now. Find your favorite plays and definitely take a close look at them. Talking about favorite plays, I got to bring up the favorite play right now. Of course, it's on Solana. This is XPX, built on the BNB chain first on Smart DeFi, looking really good. Shout out to all the other Smart DeFi plays as well. Shout out to the whole system. We're over here now, representing on the Solana chain for a reason, to get more exposure. Yeah, the charts look crazy on Solana, and they move kind of crazy. But speaking about the charts, if you go to, over here on Smart DeFi, it's really easy to see, fam. When you really look at this stuff, it's the diamond hand winners and like you got to just push through, right? And yeah, we're on our dip over here as well. But when you come to the very beginning of this thing, there was honestly the same thing happened. Same little scenario happened before the, rocking really, really high where you come all the way down. So this is us our first time trying to break, first trying to break $1 million market cap, didn't happen. Second time trying to break $1 million market cap, didn't happen. Third time trying to break $1 million market cap, didn't happen. We came all the way back down. We consolidated for the minute we got over here, and we broke that, $1 million market cap, things got a lot more exciting. So we're still extremely early, fam, to a lot of things that can happen when it comes, especially on the Soul chain and even for the BNB chain. We're still very, very, very early in this crypto market. So if you're somebody who wants to get exposure on XPX, and I'm gonna talk about it in just a second, on the BNB chain, you like the idea of staking, you like the idea of a lending protocol backed by a good amount of BNB is like what 60 BNB. Come over here on the BNB chain. If you're somebody who has a Phantom wallet, right, which is a lot of people in the space, and you want to get some exposure to XPX, come over here to the Solana chain. I'm gonna post this in the chat for you guys right now for those who are listening later on. And if you guys are tapped in, let me post this all the way. You guys will be, we've been doing a lot of giveaways. We got another burn coming up on the Luxurious Lounge. We got a lot of cool things too that I'm locking in for the Vegas conference, meeting up with people, linking up with people. Shout out to the Kendu fam. Going to be linking up with some people from the Kendu fam as well. So still a lot of great things to come, fam. I mean, the markets are not all the way back roaring. If you're new to XPX, come over here to xpxpay.com for all your off-ramp needs. We're a project that's focused on providing off-ramp solutions for, whether you're using Solana, whether you're using BNB. We got 70 different cryptocurrencies that you can off-ramp onto Visa cards, MasterCards. You can do non-KYC bill payments. You can do non-KYC gift cards and send somebody a gift and not have to worry about, I sent them my actual card credentials, or you can use a non-KYC card to help out a friend. There's a lot of access for you guys to come over here, a lot of power to have right in your Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or Google Pay. If you guys come over here to Crypto Bill Pay, and if you're an individual using it, it has a lot of power. If you're a business using it, it has a lot of power. We currently just got Kenji onboarded to using the donation widget. We have Space Penguins using the donation widget. We got a veteran token using the donation widget. And possibly today, we might be having another meeting, locking in another project. We also have another project to speak with on Friday. That's probably going to be another project using the donation widget. And again, this is starting to expand. The markets are still brand new. We are still extremely early. People walking around like down and out. I don't know what it is, what it's about, but it's not a 2x, 3x thing. We're going for 100x's, 1000x's. We're taking this all the way. We're taking this all the way. Definitely a dip coming soon in overall markets. They will always get us excited. Maybe, but I think this time's a little bit different, AD. I think so. I've been like that for months. Honestly, I've been feeling the same way for months, and I've been keeping it straight up with everybody as far as like how big Bitcoin's been doing. But honestly, I think that right now, and maybe I'm wrong. This is not financial advice. But the markets are definitely feeling a little bit different, and the overall crypto market cap. When we were having those fake little leg ups and those fake little pumps up, they could not break the 2.50, like that round number. They could not break it. It was just all things happening underneath there. So when we're at 2.16, I changed the temperature on the stove because, it's different now. It's different. It's simmering a little bit different, so Definitely keep an eye on the market. It could be, it could be the time. It could be it. It could not be it. And that's why everybody should do their own due diligence, right? But speaking of projects using our donation widget, come over here and give Kenji some love. Shout out to the Kenji project. You guys can come over here. You guys see the donation widget live. We've been in talks. This thing's going to be getting used, and what could happen today, locking the next project could be really massive for XPX, especially for what those people are doing in the space. And I'm just gonna, do what I'm supposed to do to lock that in and go through the steps, and it could be really exciting for, XPX. Friday we have a meeting with Tregens. So shout out to Tregens over here. You guys can see that they have quite a lot of exposure when it comes to what they're doing in the space, right? And this is what I want people to realize when it comes to XPX, especially if you guys are listening on Pump Fun or you guys have been following us. It's like our brand is growing tremendously. Our numbers are growing tremendously. So, people wanting to be down and out. They're just going to be people who want to be down and out, especially if you've been watching them be down and out and mopey and moaning for years on end. Those people are still going to be moping and moaning the next few years on end. You got to stay locked in for what you're doing. Last year was 51, or last month was $51,000 in paid orders. This month is already over $33,000 in paid orders. Things are picking up, and as we continue to push the XPX brand out and provide value to the marketplace, we get exposure to people who are bullish on making donations to dogs and humans through the LLC company, right? We get exposures to the Tregens people. If everything works out on Friday with the meeting with them and stuff, it's like there's pure alpha on the live stream right now for you guys, and this is going to keep growing, and eventually, instead of just 51,000, which is still good, what crypto projects are able to do in this space, like when they bring out utility, it's like we get that, and we will get that happening on the daily basis, and then really start making that a six-figure number on the daily basis. A lot of people who faded all roads leads to payments are going to have a really humbling experience. The charts will go down. The charts will consolidate. But has the vision changed? Has what we're doing changed? No, it's only been growing. It's only been expanding, right? So this is coming up on our 2 years in the market, collaborating with Kenji, collaborating with the Space Penguins, collaborating with a lot of major projects in the space that are, reaching real world impact, real world people. You got it right here. I mean, what Kenji has. You're gonna find people that even when we're not around, even when we're not doing something or talking about XPX, people will be sending people to the donation widget and letting us know, letting other people know about what we bring to the table, fam. The brand is definitely expanding. If you build it, they will come. Be very patient. DCA when you guys can into your favorite plays, whether it's Kenji, whether it's the tree community, whatever it might be. Because if the markets get roaring, you're gonna wish that you had some of these plays with you. Speaking of tree gens, again, planting their goal is to plant 1 billion trees in Ethiopia. So pretty bullish if you ask me. And we get exposure to that, and we're helping out people have real world impact, and people can see what crypto can do for the space. That's what helps this whole XPX thing grow even bigger than just Web3, or bigger than just the Telegram, or bigger than just an X space, bigger than just my YouTube channel, bigger than my broadcasts, because it has some real world impact. So keep that in mind, fam. You are still extremely early. You are still in the phase of Amazon only shipping books. You could be a consumer of Amazon and love their products, and how anything can be shipped to your house, or also buy a bag of that. Because if you would have bought a bag of Amazon when it was only shipping books, you would be extremely up right now. This is your opportunity to come check out XPX. We're on the BNB chain, and we are also on the Solana chain now as well. So stay locked in with us, fam. Let's go to our X account. We're going to bring up some more projects. Make sure you guys give us a follow over here at XPX Token. We just did some massive giveaways as well. Shout out to all the winners. We just did a 2 million XPX token burn. We're going to be doing another burn. We're on the Kid and Walt show experience, which we're going to be on again. Somebody just paid their electric bill after scalping the market. This is full decentralization, scalping the market and then paying your light bill using non-KYC bill payments. There's so many different seeds planted in so many different directions that this stuff is going to spark, man. We got listings on Cappy today. We got listings on MoonTube. We got people getting exposure to our tools, to our project, to everything that is XPX, which is everything in the space. Whether you're a meme coin millionaire, NFT flipper, it doesn't matter who you are going to need to do crypto payments, fam. You guys watch and see how this works out, because it really is going to be just like that, okay? It's already programmed. I'm letting you guys know right now. Let's go to some more plays. Shout out to all you guys tuning in. We'll do another giveaway coming up, so make sure you guys keep the bell notifications lit. And yeah, don't miss out. Yes, the chart is the chart. Getting back over 500K would be extremely bullish, but you know what? Sometimes shaking these traders out, you just shake them out, fam. That's really what it comes down to. It's just a chart at the end of the day. It doesn't take away from what we're doing whatsoever. It's just a freaking chart. The mission is the same, the vision is the same, where we're headed is the same. And honestly, we do the exact same thing before. So even myself, a couple of days after, I kind of, because you see the sentiment, you see people in the chat, you got, people rooting against you, and it's like, you go look at the SD chart. We literally went through something similar. Now, is it less violent on Smart DeFi? Yeah, because you got staking, you got tokenomics, and those are the perks of Smart DeFi and being on the BNB chain. That the chart doesn't look as crazy as it does on Solana. But whether or not we have done this before, I mean, we've been here and done that. And when we break $1 million market cap, we got some ammo to really, push this thing a lot further because those top wallets are still holding very, very strong. So go look. The top wallets are holding very strong. That gives us a lot of ammo, and a lot of people that sold on us anyways when we're higher, now they can't sell at those prices. That's what it really comes down to. So let the chart be the chart. DCA when you guys can. Don't wait till the markets are just roaring completely, or that's fine too if you guys think so. But we're looking really good, and I think this next one we might possibly have this meeting today to lock in this project. It could be pretty massive, especially them flying to a whole nother state to lock this in, getting flown out to make this happen. It's pretty. So yeah, stay locked in. Stay locked in, fam. Let's go ahead and go through some more plays. Let's have some fun together. Let's go look at LOL, even the hottest play in the space. People want to talk about it, but it is. It's just a correction. Is LOL that's gonna go anywhere? I don't think so. I really don't. But you know what? The sentiments change sometimes. This still has a really strong narrative as far as the LOL type of theme. It just takes everybody together as a community to rally again. If it breaks $5 million market cap once again, it will rally all over again. So, sometimes the chart really affects how people starts to feel, and you got people who have nothing better else to do in their lives and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when a community comes together, even this right here, if the vision is there, the narrative is there, it's gonna happen, right? It's just gonna happen. It's just part of crypto. If you can't handle crypto, then I think get a Coinbase account and just only buy blue chips, only buy BNB, only buy Solana. But if you're in the trenches, if you're buying stuff, if you're buying tokens, then this is part of it. Things move like this, right? And yeah, it was super exciting at $10 million market cap. And this is a strong narrative. And yeah, it did break past it. It couldn't make a support above it. It was just breaking past it, coming right back down. But if it broke past it again with the market roaring, this thing could really shake things up. Let's go to the next account. Let's see what they've been looking and what they've been doing. Welcome in, welcome in. We got a couple of chats going, man. Shout out to the Pump Fun stream. Shout out to the YouTube stream, the X stream. Everybody pulling up. You guys are absolutely amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, it's just wouldn't be what it is right here, right? So we got this LOL army, Sheep token. Um, we just LOL at the FUD too. That's all you got to do. LOL, don't miss Sheep. I was day one with Sheep and Ryoshi. We all know Satoshi is a scammer that launched dump and pumps, I guess pumps and dumps from the beginning. LOL. So right here, you got this right here. You got this right here. So you got this right here. You got to LOL at people. Honestly, that's what I do, man. I mean, you can get me nuts to LOL at people. I'm not gonna, if you do that, then you're just being, you're just being somebody's freaking punching bag. You don't want to be that now, right? You can't rely on people to be able to figure it out. It's like you can't slow down for that. You can't let your joy or your plan get, disturbed. Like you just got to LOL at that stuff, right? Some people get a kick out of that stuff. Some people on it. This space is weird, man. I've been in this space since 2021. I've come across some this space being, you know, people who will flip their bags, people will just be, and the same thing right here, like LOL to the FUD. That's what you got to do. So LOL leading by example right here, cruising at $1.8 million market cap. You guys let me know. Is this a strong enough narrative to pump back up? Is it going to be the dog narratives because Asteroid is, taking off, or is there a narrative that we haven't just seen just yet? Well, I see Brett. I see Brett on Solana. AD. Is it Matt Fury season again? We might have to stop and check that out. I see it up there. It's trending. But LOL could be a strong narrative for everybody to check out. Don't miss out on this one. The markets are starting to pump up. You know, a lot of people that are like, "Oh my god, I missed my entry. You guys are at $10 million market cap. I don't wanna buy it." Then they see the dip and you see everybody complaining. It's like, "So you were just saying that. You were just saying that." I don't know. Let's take a peek at it. Alright, yeah, I guess. You know, this is Solana. These charts can look like that. That's the thing. It can come right back alive. It can literally come right back to life. This is Soul. Soul is no joke. You know, Soul is you don't know. This thing can turn right back around. It's still alive. 92K market cap. Yeah, it looks violent because it's in Solana, so these candles look extremely violent. But this thing can turn right back around. This is Brett on Soul. Man, AI has gotten so good. Everything looks so vibrant now. Yeah, it looks scary. Yeah, it does. That's the thing with Solana. It just it looks a lot scarier than sometimes what it really is. And then it pumps right back up and then this stuff looks a lot smaller in retrospect. Once we're way up here, it's like, oh, it doesn't look that bad now because we're way up here. But when it was happening, you had Justin Timberlake trying to cry you a river and stuff like that, right? So let's see. This thing can definitely turn back around. We'll see if it's a Brad. It wasn't one of the ones we had up there, but I guess we have to check it out. Let's go check out Asteroid, everybody. Asteroid right here. What's up, Sophia? We got Asteroid right here. Let's see. Asteroid. I don't know, man. I don't know. This the top fam, or is this gonna just like is this the play? Is this the first sheep in space, man? It's holding strong. It's holding strong. It's like this thing came to life at the right time. The markets are really hot. The markets are kinda hot right now. The markets are kinda hot, and, this could be, the start of dog coins getting hot all over again. Definitely, kicking up a lot of dust, and kicking up dust is a must. People forget that, but, you must never forget that. So, let's scroll down. Okay, this video was made by one of our community members before he passed away. We hope you can see that we brought Asteroid to the whole world. Asteroid doesn't just float in zero gravity in space, it also lit up the dreams of so many people. Well, let's play the video. I mean, that's something nice. Somebody made a video and they're not here right now. We can't do the sound, but let's just watch the video at the very least. I mean, I think Asteroid can do good. I think Asteroid can do pretty good. I'm not sure if it's gonna make it happen all the way, but it's kinda at the top. We don't wanna get to the top, right? Or is that the top and it goes to or is that the bottom and it goes to a $5 billion market cap? And here we go. Little asteroid guy. Little asteroid guy. People loading up on the plushie of it. It could be the one, man. It could be the one. It could be the one. I'm not sure. It's definitely got everybody's attention. That's 100% sure. No doubt about that. And, this is a perfect example when it just broke, 5,000,000, 10,000,000. Look at what happened. It even consolidated above 10,000,000 for a while. Look at this, above 10,000,000. And boom! Oh my, man. Oh, man. It doesn't matter, man. Those are the market caps. Those are the market caps. Yeah, I love the Twisted Metal. It was great. I sure did. It was funny because one of the cars that I showed you guys, that was my car. That's the car that Raven drove. That's the car that Raven was driving. It was the exact same car and everything. I was like, "That's funny." I was showing those cars and it kinda triggered his brain to tell me about that Twisted Metal, and yeah, it was epic. Now we just gotta wait for season 3. Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you like cars and stuff exploding and stuff like that, it was pretty cool. So Asteroid doing what Asteroid does, looking really good. Let's check out Wojak. Just peeking at stuff. We're on deeper mode a little bit. Wojak, I mean, right back to life. People will fade you, man. And if you just keep going, it could be a meme, it could be a utility, it could be whatever it is. Anything can come back, man. That's what I think that everybody should take away from this stream is like anything can bounce back. I don't care what it is in the space. If everybody has to leave and a whole bunch of new people come in, that happens. Look at this thing. I mean, what the heck? The all-time high was 34,000,000, shook everybody and their mom out down to $4,000,000 market cap, and then broke all-time high. So it's like that's why you can't even listen to the naysayers, man. You just gotta do you. You just gotta stay locked in. You just gotta stay locked in. This space is super emotional. You can't be juggling everybody's emotions. If you stay locked in, I mean, check that out. And then literally where nobody would probably think it could come back and make even go test all-time high, it literally broke it, and it's cruising by these prices now at $30 million market cap. So very impressive with right there. We're gonna go through a couple more. Um, Man, that's super impressive. We got Teary right here looking really good. Teary cruising at 285, 275K market cap. Also, same thing here. I mean, people will be against you, they'll cry at the casino. That's what people are moaningly do. There's a lot of people crying, moaning like they say in the UK. I like that term, and not the good type of moaning either. I'm talking about just freaking yeah. And it's like, bam, look at this. So it's like, don't feel that you can never bounce back when you got examples like this. Like Ben says, the red days are the bread days. Anybody who was buying down here, the red days got the bread days because they had an all-time high and doing all this and coming back down, going back up, coming back down, all on a 15K market cap, back at 276. Keep moaning, keep complaining, keep crying. That does nothing, man. That does nothing in the space. That does nothing in the space to mess up your shirt. And if your girl messes up your makeup, like this thing's gonna happen no matter what. And you get the markets roaring again. You get the markets turning up. You get like Ben and Ben Billings. You got Nira. You got Lisa. Doing the spaces nonstop. That's extremely bullish, man. You don't fade the people in the project that just keep going because now a lot of people that were crying in the casino now what? Now it's up to 276K. 276K that fast. It's like that's why you stay locked in no matter what. And I respect the grind, and I love when I see the grind pull off. Especially, I root for the underdogs. I've been an underdog my whole life. You can do everything right, and people will still find a way. Yeah, 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 whatever. You know what? I'm not doing this to prove people wrong. I'm doing this to prove myself right, and that's what this group has done with the Teary fam right here. Shout out to the Teary fam. Go to their website if you like the idea of not crying in the casino. If you've been there before, where you faded a bag, or that little meme of digging, and right before you hit the diamonds, you turn around. This is a perfect example of turning around right before the diamonds came. People literally turned around and stopped digging, and this thing turned and rallied right back up. It's on Solana. Things can rally. I mean, even on ETH, we saw, even on BNB, it doesn't matter. Things will rally right back up and get explosive. So, extremely bullish on Teary and that community doing really, really good. We got Whale Miner doing really good as well. I know Ben Billings is part of the team over there. They broke their $1 million market cap. They go higher. That's just what happens. They're at 5 million. They peaked over it. Now it's just consolidating, consolidating. But this market gets to roaring, and things keep looking really good. I mean, I know it worked underneath there, but let's just call it $3 billion market cap. It could trade within this range for a bit. But if it breaks 5 million, we got it marked up. $10 million market cap next. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to is people just being persistent. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going no matter what. The space is gonna keep bringing new investors in. The space is gonna keep bringing new investors in. If you keep grinding, people see you pull up. People see that you got a real product, real services, real community engagement. People are gonna invest in that. People will invest in that. All right. So shout out to Whale Miner being a utility play, showing people how it's done, going up to a $5 million market cap. Super impressive with the prediction market. When it comes to the prediction market, the poly market's not going nowhere, Kalshi's not going nowhere, Clashflix is not going nowhere. This type of stuff in the market is here to stay, fam. Okay. So, this is just the beginning stages of everything going on. Let's check out the luxurious lounge, holding strong at 1 million, went up to almost hit 1.1 again. Nice little correction, nothing too crazy. Been holding the $1 million market cap, climbing slowly but surely, and looking really good if you guys ask me, and most likely to go higher. You go to 5 million, you break past that, people start to FOMO in. It's that simple. You gotta be patient. There goes that $5 million market cap. You go to 5, you go to 10 next. That's just what it is. It could be a cat, it could be a dog, it could be a hippo, it could be that. You break the round numbers, those psychological barriers, you will see more investors coming in. So if you're asking what does it take, what is the next thing, just taking it a little bit higher, just pushing a little bit further. and you'll catch people's attention. That's really what it comes down to, fam. Let's go through some of the top plays right real quick just to see where everything's at. Vibe with you guys a little bit. We'll be doing. I don't want to promise a stream just yet because I have quite a few meetings. Like this whole little end of this week is kind of booked up. So I just want to make sure and lock these deals in, get these projects, these companies onboarded, and then kind of be able to stream and talk about the next developments, right, and things like that, right. So keep that in mind that we are definitely grinding, keeping my schedule open for a few people. We're meeting up with somebody from the Kendu fam, possibly on Friday here in Las Vegas. We got the Vegas conference. I'm working on something possibly really cool towards the end of the month, which is after the BTC conference, which could be pretty amazing. We'll see. We're locking that in. I'll be helping them out, getting the word out there, and we could be having something really cool happen. So we'll see what's up with that. Go through the motions. But yeah, even with that and everything that's been set up, like having these meetings and talking to everybody, you can tell like the momentum and the market feels a little bit more excited, right? A little bit more excited. So we got dumb right now underneath that 1 million. Let's see what happens when they get back above it. It could be a dumb money move. We'll see what's up. Let's just go through some of these. See what they got. We got alien stuff coming back. Alien Pepe. Let's go through the list. We got Poppy. There you go. And we're seeing a lot of stuff with the boost hit up and everything like that. So, it seems like even though they're posting, like the boost and everything is like just picking up. Check out Bull, the one that everybody was talking about. Here you guys go right here. Bull, let's go right here to the 1 million. Here goes your 1 million. Look at what happens after 1 million. Some pullbacks, some consolidation, some shaking out, some people not really doing it. Break 5 million. What? Straight up to 10. Straight up to $10 million market cap. And that's why I'm letting everybody know that these markets can very easily just sneak up on us and start roaring all over again. No, I was not able to connect with them, but we should definitely connect, brother. I mean, I want to bring more people up on the stream. Have them send me another DM, and then we could probably set something up for next week, and work something out. Have your community keep pulling up. Have them contact me so we can make it happen and bring some more exposure to what you guys are doing. I want to learn some more about it and get tapped into more people. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So networking is super important. That's how we're able to do a lot of things that we do. So always keep networking, man. If not, you end up like Easter Island. If you're too good to go look at other chains, if you're too good to go peek around, yeah, you just end up, your temple being found in the Amazon one day and nobody knows who built it. So if you're a builder out there, networking is definitely whether you're building communities, building utilities, whatever it might be, collaboration and networking with people is a huge part of what's going on. Yeah, I think I did get some message. I just think that we lost contact and stuff, but I'll have them send me another message and we'll make this happen and book something so like that. And yeah, we can get them on here and just give the community what they want too. Let the community hear what's being built from the dev itself. It always goes a really long way as well. So Bull looking really good. Obviously on the bit of retracement, we'll even put the $3 million market cap up right here. Boom. They could be trading between this range right here and then maybe going back up. But if it breaks the 5 million, breaks the 10 million, again, it's the same pattern playing out with this. Lately, a lot of things have been having a hard time kind of staying above 10 million because the markets are just not there yet. But if the markets get the roaring, this is where we start to see things flying to 20, 30, not just where it's just only Asteroid doing it, but where we're seeing multiple plays, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50 million market cap. It usually happens when the markets are also roaring and that native coin also pushing the market, right? So these could be the times where you find your favorite meme coins, sprinkle it with a little bit of Solana, sprinkle it with no Solana. Not your financial advisor, but some of your favorite meme coins that you felt like you missed that are on the dip, your favorite utility plays that you felt like you missed when it was pumping up. If you see it down right now, it might be a good time because Solana starts to go up and carry the rest of the soul plays with it. You're gonna wish that you did, right? So let's go to the X account, see what they're doing over here. We'll check out a couple more, and we'll wrap up the stream pretty soon because from obviously doing this, my like I said, I went to sleep with the window open because it just that breeze felt so nice. But you wake up way later in the middle of the night where your tonsils swollen. You're like, golly, and that's the one thing. It's like Everybody wants a deep voice so they get their tonsils swollen, I swear. It's like, "Oh, no." I'm like a bi I'm like a big baby, I swear, everybody. I'm like, "No, I'm freaking oh, no. Oh, no, not that. Not what I need." That's what I do. I'm usually on the microphone, right? But I can feel it as the stream goes on. Bulls looking really good, looking pretty solid. Like I said, look for your favorite plays. This market's looking really good. We'll see where it's at tomorrow. Today is 2.63, and maybe tomorrow 2.7. Ooh, that'd be crazy, right? You don't know. Or maybe like AD says, maybe it's just all fugazi. Maybe it's just all fugaziness, and it is nothing. Ooh, and there's nothing gonna happen. But um but I think it's gonna turn around. It's feeling really good. It's feeling like I said, the powers that be, they don't slow down. Russia's doing a comprehensive framework for crypto? Yeah, something there. Yeah, it does suck being sick, especially when you gotta if it was something else, maybe just allergies or something, I don't know, but as I'm talking, my tonsils getting more and more irritated. So, yeah, 2.62 trillion. Market's pretty green. You scroll down and there's some green. I'll take it, man. Damn. AD, can I get some green? Can I be happy for some green today? What? Can we be a little bit happy for some of the green today? I mean, I think we could do that. I think we could do that. Happy for a little bit of green. It's all good. Yeah, I think the market's looking pretty good. Bitcoin's looking amazing. 78,000 and a half, hitting 79,000 and a half looks super cool. Won't be hard for me to be convinced that things are gonna be looking pretty good if we get above this. I know everybody there's gonna be your people that don't want it to, but after this, when we do this, I'm back. I'm telling you. I don't know. I don't know what to be bummed out about that. That's gonna be pretty good. We just need Solana to break out now, I swear, bro. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, I really feel like the markets are looking really good. Maybe it's just momentarily. Maybe this is we're getting the Odie Wapty on us, right? That could be the case. But right now, I'm running with it, and I'm not fully, like we haven't been like, oh yeah, it's all the way back. We're still pretty cautious, but we're also excited. I guess if you don't like being excited, then this is not for you. This is not for you right here. So, this is looking really good. 4-hour chart looking fantastic. But this is where we're still being like, hey, maybe AD's right. Maybe Saphir's right as well. Saphir's also on the same boat with you as well. Maybe we go here and get rejected and we got to come back down here. And you guys are right. And you're like, oh, they made us happy just to come right back down to where we've been consolidating to try to come back up to the same area and try to break past it again. That's a possibility because on the daily chart, we still haven't broken past that biggest bear bull indicator, but we are for sure heading towards it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. It's a bit boring, so it's nice to see the markets picking up. I like it. I'm gonna like it even more if it breaks past that. Now, if it doesn't do that and it comes down, hey, we address the situation like adults. Hey, you know what? It didn't do what it was supposed to do, right? It didn't make it happen. It tried, but it didn't make it happen. I think we've all tried, and sometimes things don't happen. All you do is just try again. Nobody's getting in the way from you trying again. At least you shouldn't be letting nobody get in the way of you. Just keep trying till it works. So, maybe it hits it, it gets rejected. Maybe it hits and gets rejected. Maybe it hits and gets rejected, but find some momentum eventually to get above that 200 moving average. That could also happen, right? And with the type of sentiment that's in the market, it kind of feels like that could play out. It could play out. It could play out. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. No matter what, we're still going to do what we got to do. We're still going to get XPX. Right when you go to Cappy today, and all the projects newly listing over here are going to get exposure to this. We're still going to be on MoonTube over here. Right when you go over to MoonTube, you see XPX, being marketed. We're still doing a lot of things are happening in different places where so if this market does pump up, a lot of the foundation is already set, whether it's people are getting exposure to XPX on the BNB chain or getting exposure to XPX on the Sol chain. No matter what, the markets are looking really good for us. So I'm gonna get some Dayquil actually, because obviously the BTC conference is not too far away. Gonna be meeting up with the Can Do fam, and then I'm just gonna kind of wait and see because I possibly after he lands off his flight, He has a meeting to do. We'll be getting on a Zoom call and setting up the next project to use a donation widget, which could be extremely massive for us. I should have waited and waited even longer, but it's pretty much there where we just got to get on that call and kind of do these things and lock it in. And again, this is going to be plays like when you go to Kenji's website, that when you scroll down, you want this. I mean, look at XPX on a lot of different websites, fam. On a lot of different websites. You guys can come over here, show some love to Kenji. I'll actually make a post from this. You can also make a post if you donate. Grab this embedded link, and that's the link to post where that you want, right? So if you want to make a post, you grab this embedded link right here, copy this, and you can come over here to, let's just go to, let's go hit this, hit profile, and you're going to post this. That is a checkout link for Kenji's widget right there and being able to donate. So if you guys want to make a post, showing some love to Kenji, that could be pretty bullish. Again, these are our tools being used in the Web3 space, and then laying the foundation to push these tools to Ethiopia, planting trees with the tree gens, with the other projects, the veteran token, the space penguins, and it's all about expanding nonstop into space, and that's what we've been continuously doing. So very bullish stream, you guys. We're gonna be doing some more giveaways. We got Burn coming up on the Luxurious Lounge. I'll post the details coming up very soon. You guys definitely stay tapped in with the markets roaring like this. We're at a really good spot. I mean, yeah, it does nothing happens overnight. I'm not I don't have an expectation on it has to be tomorrow. So somebody that just wants a 4X is happy. Like that's not what I'm into space for. I'm into space to secure the .com opportunity that we all have as being part of the Mount Rushmore of payments. And we are doing that. We got Visa cards, we got MasterCards, we got non KYC bill payments, we got non KYC, uh, you know, gift cards. And we just went from 106 or from 10 countries to 106 countries with over 80,000 companies on bill payments. We are expanding this thing. Like I said, I'm not here for the emotions of those who just want the 3X, 4X, and then they just want to get out. And that's usually the people who are just like, come on, oh, come on, because they're just dying to get their little 3X to do whatever. I'm not here for that. It's not here for just the market cap alone. We're here to, secure the .com moment that when you go to GoFundMe.com, that when they say pay with credit card or debit card, pay with PayPal, pay with Venmo, there's going to be a day where it says pay with crypto, and there's going to be a purple bubble right there, pay with XPX Pay. That's the opportunity. When you go to these veteran websites, when you go to the, any of these charitable websites, none of them really have where you can donate with cryptocurrency. That's letting you know that it's open for something like this to exist. And with a project that does 51K in paid orders last month, 31 over 33,000 already this month, we're scaling this thing. And that's the thing. Payments is so scalable. No matter what. No matter if your 3X, your 4X guy leaves or the next person comes, it does all roll payments no matter what. And this is the foundation. You guys are right here in the beginning stages of laying the bricks of being part of that Mount Rushmore of payment rails and being early investors of what a lot of people are going to be consuming and are already starting to use and consume. And you guys can have a piece of that company right now. Go to Smart DeFi, go to on Solana, go to Pump Fund, get a bag. Only put in what you can hold. If it's something that you're going to be, you're the normal trader and you need something right away, and you got your car note money and you expected a 2X, 3X, so you can get your car note money back. That's not this. That's not this. We're talking about adding some real zeros, adding some real decimals to your wallet. And sometimes that takes a little bit of a grind. That's all right. We've been doing this for just about 2 years. There's more years to put in. I'm going to keep putting in this time that it needs and the work that it needs to take this to the level that it deserves. And it's growing, fam. If it wasn't growing, I would just tell you guys straight up. But you got people, paying their light bills. You're gonna have people paying their car note. You're gonna have people paying their cable bill. And the thing is, we're live in 170 countries, so we got 170 seeds planted around the world when it comes to Visa cards and Mastercards. We got 106 seeds planted in bill payments. We got 106 seeds planted on non KYC gift cards. And we keep watering these seeds, whether it's Pregens that makes a real big impact with the widget in Ethiopia, whether it's Kenji doing things in Texas and getting things really going, whether it's veteran token or space penguins, it's going to be one of these, fam. Whether it's just the Visa cards alone, whether it's the limousine business accepting crypto, whether it's a car dealership accepting crypto, all roads lead to payments. You guys are extremely, extremely early. So appreciate you guys all pulling up. We're gonna close it right around here before I just keep getting even a little bit more sick. I guess I feel like getting more scratchy and more scratchy. I don't like it. And so yeah, we're gonna drink some soothing stuff. I ate a chicken noodle soup before this, not like you guys like, "What? We're talking about crypto. Get that chicken noodle soup out of here." But, I still wanna make sure that we even take it a little bit further and not get all the way sick with all this stuff coming up. BTC conference, a bunch of linking up. So I'm about to dose myself up with some vitamin C pack, some Dayquil right now, and, just wait for that call to get on the meeting. It could possibly happen today or maybe tomorrow, depending, because I know they were just on their flight when I was contacted. They're already, they were getting on their flight to land and stuff. So we're going to be doing that. You guys should be hearing some more news, more collaboration. This one could be really, 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 really massive. Again, it comes from that donation widget. That donation widget in itself is tapping into a $40 billion industry when you go look at Pump Fund. Just the donation widget by itself. Okay. So when I say that you guys are early, I with myself, and we're gonna keep grinding this thing, and you guys will see the decimals pop up in your wallets. You guys will see as this becomes one of the household names in cryptocurrency. And every time we have another bull wave, and every time we have another wave of investment, and people are gonna see the ones that already been established, right? That now we got more than just a foundation. We got more than just a basement. We got more than just a first floor. This is starting to turn into a complete, skyscraper and infrastructure of a household name doing payments in the space. I appreciate you guys pulling up. You guys been extremely bullish, man. Always super supportive. We'll be doing more giveaways. We do them on the Pump Fund streams. So make sure you guys go over to Pump Fund, give the XPXPay token a follow on Pump Fund. We're usually streaming live on their front page. We're probably on their front page right now. Let's refresh Pump Fund. Let's go to live stream. Let's see. So here we are right here. Most viewers. We got 10 viewers. Here we go. Highest market cap on the front page of Pump Fund. So this is, more marketing that's going on that most projects don't have the access where somebody's going to keep coming up the stream for everybody's bag and be on one of the hottest websites that there is when it comes to warm leads in the cryptocurrency space. Is it something that happens overnight? No, I'm not looking for overnight. I was looking for, hey, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks. Where's my 5X? Not for you. It's not for you. It's for those who really want some decimals in that wallet, taking all the way. We're just starting to lay this foundation. I've been on YouTube since 2021, and we're just starting this Pump Fund thing over here where people are going to be used to seeing XPX Pay on a regular basis up here on these Pump Fund streams as a live stream, with the great community that comes along with it, with real utility, with real investors, with a real company, with real revenue. So yeah, this is just the start of something really, really great. So thank you guys so much for pulling up, sticking with me, even though I'm sick. I know I'm probably not all the way as pumped up as I usually am, but I can't because my tonsils are hurting. So we're gonna get that medicine going, lock in and just wait for that call, see what's up, if it's gonna happen today or whatnot. But just go through the motions, man. Just go through the motions and give the market time to figure it out. You can hoot and holler all you want, but if Bitcoin's not the rising tide, then it ain't the rising tide right now. If it's the tide that's pulling back, it's going to pull everything back. It's just what it is. You can hoot and holler all you want. You're not Asteroid, right? You don't got VC funding. You don't got all this, crazy money to come in out of nowhere. You just got to let the markets get this rally going, get people back interested into crypto, and you'll see them pouring into your favorite projects. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. Make sure you guys keep your bell notifications lit. There's going to be more burns on XPX Pay, meaning supply shock, meaning less supply, more demand as time goes on. It is still extremely early. DCA for those who are looking to add some decimals. If you're just looking for your 2x flip, I see the people doing their 2x flip. You're welcome as well. But I think you will see over time that we want to take this all the way, and we will take this all the way. So thank you guys for pulling up. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Sophia, AD, Jack, everybody will continue to pull up, everybody pulling up, Darren nonstop, Mr. Mo, Psychedelic Angel, Jace in the chat, everybody that continues to pull up in the TG, on the Pump Fund, on the live stream, listening to the spaces later on, TK holding it down, with the Trolls Den being the community leader of XPX as well, and doing the spaces with us is absolutely amazing. We still got we only done one space since we've been on Solana. We still got a lot more spaces to do, a lot more collaborations to work on. Thank you guI'm so much. Again, I'm not that good at saying goodbye, so I'll just see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back. Experience the abundance of money. When we're on, until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the band what you gonna do if it don't work out? It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do, it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody